All people come to him, come to the way of Sultan Rabia, most honored one and most glorified one, most praised one in divinely present Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
A human being can be the wildest of animals. And Maulana Sheikh said, may Allah bless him and sanctify his secret and make his gaze upon us. Grand Sheikh Maulana Sheikh Nazim, he said that his Sheikh, Grand Sheikh Abdullah Daghestani, Hazratleri, may Allah also bless his soul, told him that every human being matches one animal in the wild. Every human being, the animal side of that human being matches an animal side in the wild. Some people are foxes. Some people are wolves. Some people are snakes. Some people are crawlers. Some people only show up at the night. Some people only show up during the day. Some people are up, some people are down. Every animal in the wild matches a characteristic of a human being in the world. That's how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala matched the animal characteristic of that human being. Because not everybody has the same characteristic. Everybody has something that is worse in them than others. Because we are animals. If you look at our creation, we eat, drink, and we mate as like animals do. So we have that animal characteristic and animal creation in us. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the animals from earth, from soil, and created us from soil. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made animals eat and drink and multiply, and we humans eat and drink and multiply. So whatever is, and we crawl on earth. Some of us literally crawl on earth. May Allah make us never crawl. May Allah make us upright.
Ameen.
Because human being was created to be standing on 2 feet, not crawling on 4 legs. But nowadays people are crawling on 4 legs, running after dunya. Because dunya is the lower side of creation. Dunya means low. Dunya in Arabic means the low one, the near one, the close one, which is this. We step on it. And Allah made subhanahu wa ta'ala the heavens. Heavens are the high ones. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created human from the soil of the low earth and has given in them a soul from high heavens. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has combined human being into a lower world and an upper world. So human being is a combination of the angelic world and the demonic world. Whatever takes over in that human being, that person becomes one of these. You're either an angel or a demon. Angels and demons don't mingle, don't come together. You don't see an angel befriending a demon, and you don't see demon befriending an angel. Angel kicks demon out, and demons they leave angels alone, because angels receive mercy and light, and demons receive zulma, darkness, and curses. So a human being was given the option. That's why human being is the best of creation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has combined both worlds. Akhirah, where angels are, and earth, where the jinn are. The jinn were living on earth before Sayyidina Adam came down. He combined both worlds, and he made a center between both worlds. And that's what we call the heart. The heart is not the physical heart only. A heart is a station in between both worlds. مرج البحرين يلتقيان بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان. Both worlds, both seas, both oceans have come together. The visible world and the hidden world. This is the visible world. We see trees, mountains, earth, animals. The hidden world, angels, we don't see, but they're here now because they surround people that are making zikr. So that's the honor of a human being, is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has combined in us both the lower world and the upper world. Both the demonic world with the demonic characteristics and attributes of killing and anger and jealousy and pride, and the angelic world of worship and tasbih and glorification and ibadah. Both of them in human. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the human being a chance to choose where he wants to be, or where she wants to be. Know that you're a combination. وَخَلَقْنَا مِن كُلِّ زَوْجَيْنِ اثْنَيْنِ وَجَعَلْنَا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Holy Quran that we have paired, we have created you of pairs. That means He has paired your spirit that belongs to the angelic world with your ego that belongs to the demonic world. Has combined both of them in pair. And the ego surrounds the soul, it engulfs the soul. So the envelope, which is the outer part, is the ego. And inside of it, there's the spirit. Inside the envelope is the spirit. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes away the spirit from the envelope dies. That's how people die. You take the spirit out, they fall dead. No more ego, no more animal, no more anything. It's gone. The envelope stays, and the envelope is thrown into the grave. But the spirit is taken out. So we are a combination of a spirit and a body. Of course, now we have to come to the third part that Westerners like, mind. We talk about soul and body. Okay, the mind is what's in between. Sometimes they call the heart also the mind. It's another station in between. Mind, soul, and body. Soul and body are paired. Up heavenly world and animalistic and demonic world are paired. And the mind is the scale. The scale that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about. The scale that we have to use. You put in the scale what you are going to do. Is it good or is it bad? And the mind will tell you that. If we don't use our mind, we will not be able to know what's good or bad. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent three things into the body. Mind, soul, and heart, and the ego. Mind, soul, and the ego into that body. Estaidu billah. In Surah Yasin. وَضْرِبْ لَهُمْ مَثَلًا. Give them an example. أَصْحَابُ الْقَرْيَةِ. The people of the village. إِذْ جَاءَهَا الْمُرْسَلُونَ. The messengers have come to them. Your body is your village. Because you live in it. And inside your body there are dwellers that we don't see. But they're spiritual dwellers inside the body. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent messengers to the dwellers inside your body to tell them about the Lord of heavens. And that's the soul, the mind, and the heart. Three. First He sent two. Let's read Surah Yasin together, whoever remembers. استعيذ بالله واضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاءها المرسلون إذ أرسلنا إليهم اثنين. We have sent to them two. Children have two. They have the soul and the heart. When they reach maturity, they have the mind. The mind will tell them, this is bad, this is good, don't do this, do this. Because now the children, when they become mature, they get the desires. And we know that the desires can take you to a very bad place. If you let loose your desires, it will burn your body. Alcohol will destroy your liver. Drugs will destroy your mind. You can get, if you shoot up anything, you can get AIDS, you can get hepatitis B, C, whatever, all these diseases. If you let your desires loose, it will burn and destroy your body. So the mind comes. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives them the mind when they're mature. And the mind is not ours. It's basically the heavenly message. The heavenly message, that's the scale. How do we know that a Muslim can do this act or not do this act? You have your holy book. You measure it against the holy book and against the sunnah, the way of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In other religions, how do you know that this is good or this is bad? You measure the 10 commandments. How many non-Muslims follow the 10 commandments? Oh, thou shall not kill. What's happening now? Who is killing who? And now it's mixed, no more religions. Now it's only animals. Don't say Christians, don't say Jewish, don't say Muslims. No, there's no religion there at all now. Now it's just pure animalistic, demonic characteristics coming into the theater, let's say. Coming up. And Maulana Sheikh said, the sign of this is the holy verse, وَإِذَا الْوُحُوشُ حُشِرَتْ. It is a sign of Qiyamah. It is a sign of the end of times when the beasts are gathered. Not the beasts of the jungle gathered in the cities. No. The beasts of human beings are gathered in a place, in an area that they are eating each other, burning each other, killing each other. Wuhush, they're not anymore Christians, Muslims, Jewish, Buddha, even the Buddhists, the ones that you think that they are the calmest of them all. Look what they're doing in Asia. It's not religion anymore. This is basically wuhush. The beasts have taken over. And this is sign of Qiyamah. وَإِذَا الْوُحُوشُ حُشِرَتْ. When the beasts are gathered all together in one place. Now they're mostly in one place, but it can be everywhere. But now everyone, all these beasts, and who is commanding these beasts, they are beasts themselves. They are only into killing, burning, hurting, harming. The religious books have come to prevent that. The 10 commandments are there to prevent that. If they're not Muslims, anybody that follows the holy book says, the holy book says, don't do that. There's no holy book that says kill, rob, rape, maim, disfigure, cut off legs, cut off throats. Which holy book says that? Beasts, as Maulana said, may Allah bless his soul. وَإِذَا الْوُحُوشُ حُشِرَتْ. He has explained it that way, that the beasts will be gathered, and that's sign of the end of times. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent the soul into the body, and the ego into the body, and sent the mind into the body, He's telling the human being that you have to now seek your way up. Leave this place. Because if you don't leave it, you're going to leave it later. Leave it, let it go. Because it's not going to be good for you if you don't catch up with the heavenly world. And how do we catch up with the heavenly world? The first thing we get is again a favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our grand sheikhs have said that the first thing that happens to a servant is a heavenly inspiration into their heart. All of us are servants. We are all conceived the same way. We are all born the same way. We are almost raised in any country you are the same way. We eat the same food, we drink the same food. We're all the same, we're all humans. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give an inspiration into the heart of that servant of His. And that inspiration in the heart will tell that person to start thinking, who is providing me with all of this? You see yourself eating fruits. The fruit grows on the trees. The trees grows from the earth when the water comes down. And I'm eating it. But who is providing this for me? You see, you look at yourself, and if we read enough, we find out that we hear with bones. There are small bones in your ear. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made us hear with bones. You say, how am I hearing? Or who is making me hear? Who is making me speak? We speak with a piece of meat. Your mouth, inside your mouth there's a piece of meat. We can talk with a piece of meat. Who can take a piece of meat and make it make sound? The tongue and the throat, piece of meat.
Yes.
You can make your own meat, carve it. You're a cook, chef. Go take a knife and make a voice box and make some tendons and blow on it from the other end and try to make it talk. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is capable. These are all miracles. Inside your eyes there's goo, there's fluid, there's liquid. You are seeing through liquid.
Yes.
How can you see clearly through liquid? The outer eye has liquid, the inner eye has liquid. You are seeing through liquid. You dive in the sea, you don't see anything.
No.
Look, well, that's liquid. But you can't, because that's what you are trying to do. But that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did. So the first thing that comes to a servant, which is us, normal people, human beings, that who is providing this for me? And if that person finds and looks and knows that all this creation has been designed by somebody, and this creation is to serve me. You look at your food, you say, who has made the grains and the fruit that are coming to me? Who prepared them for me in the plants? Because each one has a food that he will eat. And your food comes from Chile, or my food comes from Argentina, or your food comes from Suriname. Who has put that grain of flour or rice, whatever it is, and put that you will eat it? And it travels all the way, Bengali rice. Travels from Bangladesh all the way to your pantry, to your closet. Who has destined that? Who has arranged the animal that you're going to drink its milk? Who has grown that animal that you're going to drink its milk? And out of its milk, cheese will come to you, and cream will come to you, and butter will come to you. Who has arranged the water that comes down into the earth and then comes up as springs and rivers? People, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave that mind for people to see that who arranged all of this, and it's for who? It's for me, for us. Allah doesn't need rivers.
No.
Allah doesn't need rice.
No.
They offer rice now in India to the gods. Why does he need rice? Rice is given for us. We offer food feast to the meals to the gods, and then some clever ones come at night, eat everything. Like we do with Santa Claus.
Yes.
We put the cookies and milk, and the kids, oh, he came.
Yes.
It's true. So who arranged all of that? So that's the first thing that comes to the servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That first inspiration to the heart of a man or a woman that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants. Not everybody thinks like that. Then that person says, okay, there's somebody that is providing this for me. Why? Why do I need all of this? And then he will understand is to serve him.
Yes.
He must want something from me. What does he want from me? When he knows that there is a creator that has provided all this for that person, and that person says, what does he want from me? Then he goes to the messengers. He hears the messengers. Whether it's Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam, Jesus Christ, or Moses alayhi salam, or Abraham, or Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the last of messengers. He goes to the ones that know. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Ask the people of zikr. Zikr is holy book. If you don't know, we don't know. Okay, all of this is provided to us for a reason. Why? Go to Ahl al-Dhikr. Go to the ones that are people of zikr. So you find sometimes curious people that go, including myself. I was curious when I was younger. They go into these gatherings that feels safe, comfortable, and sweet. You taste something in that gathering. And you find the sheikh, our sheikh, you find the sheikh of the gathering, and you ask, what am I supposed to do? And that sheikh will accept that person. And he will start telling him what needs to be done from him. That person is happy. Okay, now I can do something. men or women. But what happens next? Sheikh tells you do this, and then your 4 enemies come against you. It doesn't end only by finding a sheikh. No. Your 4 enemies are waiting. Your ego tells, what? The sheikh told you to give up your house? And to come live in a room in a dargah? Are you out of your mind? The sheikhs in the past, what did they used to do? Leave work. Leave your home. Come next to me. And the ego says, what? That's the enemy, not yourself. No, you love the sheikh, you want to be a good one. You want to reach that heavenly station. But the 4 enemies are sitting there. Nafs, the first one. And the second one says, what? You're going to quit your $3,000 paycheck? Or pounds? $5,000 pounds paycheck? This is dunya. How are you going to afford your cars? How are you going to afford your vacation house in the Bahamas? Or where Sylvester knows better, the islands. You need to pay, or else they're going to take it.
Yes.
How are we going to enjoy our nights? You need to go to a restaurant. Where's the money? So dunya is saying, what are you doing? Shaitan saying, and desires the same. These are the 4 enemies. So it doesn't end by finding a guide. The real struggle is after we find the guide. First we find our provider, our Lord. He's Rabbul Alameen. He's the provider of everybody. Then we want to find the way to Him. The way to Him is through a true guide. And the true guide follows the message that has been given to them. Whether they are from Christian nation or Jewish nation or Muslim nation, the true guides. But Muslim nation has the true guides nowadays. And I'm sorry to say that, but that's the fact. They have the guides nowadays. The other nations, they are still trying to find the way of Islam to reach. And inshallah, all of them will come into the fold of Islam to reach their heavenly stations. That's what's needed. Everything has to go through Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who is the last of the messengers and that has completed the message. All of them called to the same message anyway, is La ilaha illallah. That's as simple as that. All messengers, they have not called to anything else. They all called to La ilaha illallah. But who attacked that person? The 4 enemies. What? One God? How about the other ones that we trade? You know, they had gods for trading. Or they had God for collection of money or whatever it is. So the 4 enemies attack every human being to prevent them from seeking that path. Inshallah, we continue on that path. We have to be aware of the four enemies. And it's a long, I don't want to explain, I don't think we have time. But after that, there's more stuff, and more stuff, and more stuff, until you reach the heavenly station. Inshallah, all of us, we can reach that station with the guidance of our Grand Sheikh and our Sheikh, with the guidance of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And inshallah, Allah will accept us into His holy presence. Ameen, ameen, bi hurmat al-Habib wa bi hurmat al-Fatiha.